Good afternoon, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live across the street from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, on the eve of Packers training camp. That's right. First practice of the season kicks off tomorrow morning. Prior to that, we'll hear from both Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur. I'll be in attendance. We'll have a chat before those proceedings. It's all happening, people, including over at Ticket King. That's right. You want to check out Ticket King for all your Packers tickets needs. Ticket King has been based in Wisconsin since 1992 and are staffed with experienced, friendly, and knowledgeable folks that can help you with anything Packers ticket related. They also partner with local Green Bay businesses for tailgates and bus transportation to the games. They are open on game day for last-minute tickets, and they even have a drive-through window. Make sure you check them out here in Green Bay or online. You can utilize the Cheesehead TV app. Just go to the schedule and pick out any game you want. There's a link to Ticket King there. You can get your Packers tickets. While you're at it, get ready for the season with the official Green Bay Packers yearbook. Just head to packersyearbook.com and use the promo code CHTV. That's promo code CHTV for 10% off at packersyearbook.com. What's going on, everybody? Good to see so many folks already in the comments section mixing it up. Whatever shall we talk about? I know. There's some disconcerting news out there, folks. We got some headlines that you'd rather not see on the eve of camp, but they're there, so we got to talk about them. Probably the headliner is Sammy Watkins being placed on the active non-football injury list. When you spend all offseason talking about a guy who you're excited about and who can truly contribute if he can stay on the field, and even before you hit the field, he's unable to get on the field, it's disappointing. There's no two ways about it. That's a disappointing development. We will probably, hopefully, get a little bit more information tomorrow, if not overnight. Some intrepid reporter wants to break that news, but we'll see if this is something serious. It could be something that is short-term. It could be something that's long-term. We don't know. Case in point, last year, Za'Darius Smith entered camp on the non-football injury list and didn't practice all camp, tried to give it a go in week one, and then was shut down for the year. Not saying that that's what it's going to be, but it could be anything. But we will know more starting tomorrow. Keyshawn Nixon, another free agent acquisition, also placed on the active non-football injury list. And for those of you who are wondering, this means that they hurt themselves doing non-football activities away from the facility. So, again, we'll just have to wait and see how serious these developments are. And, of course, putting a little lemon juice in the scar there is the fact that the Buccaneers did sign Julio Jones earlier this afternoon. Word was from Adam Schefter that the Packers were in the conversation. As Brian Gutekunst said when he took over the job, he would be in every conversation, and he was. But apparently Julio Jones is headed to Tampa Bay to play with Tom Brady and a whole host of other talented wide receivers rather than come to Green Bay and play with Aaron Rodgers. Weren't we told that people were coming to Green Bay to play with Aaron Rodgers? Seem to recall someone saying that in that building right across the street just last year at this time. Funny how that works. Anyway, good to see everybody in the comments. Hope you're all doing well. I got a bunch of super chats already. Let me get to those. Rogers Hurt Toe, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on my Con Air outfit, the toe. Fantastic. I was on the radio earlier this afternoon singing its praises. I love that Rodgers is 18 years in, coming off 2 MVP seasons, and he's showing up in cosplay. I love it. I love that he's having fun. I love that, he's here for an 18th season. He's here to lead them back to the promised land, and he's having a good time doing it. I think it's hilarious. Good on him. I mean, that was a ton of fun this morning until all this afternoon shit happened. What else we got? I think I saw another one. There we go. Oh, I got all sorts of chats. What's going on? Well, make sure I got that. What's up, Nags? Sarah, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Mark keeps it simple with WTF. Man, it's football. And it's away from football. But it's the NFL. This is the gig, man. Dealing with injuries is part of the process. If you want to, watch an NFL football team that never has to deal with injuries, I would suggest playing Madden and turning injuries off. Watson is out as well. Watson is on the PUP, the physically unable to perform list. So he will probably be with the rehab group tomorrow during practice. We'll see how long he is on the PUP. The initial report, I know from Ross Uglum, was that this is nothing serious and that he will be back sooner rather than later. I heard a mouse sneezed on Watkins. Be nice. Be nice. AEW, thank you for the super chat. Who was in charge extending the coaches? I believe if you're talking about the trio of Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, and Russ Ball, that's Mark Murphy. If you're talking about the coaching staff, that would be or sign like hiring new staff. That's Matt LaFleur. But I believe you're probably talking about the three gentlemen, the trio, the head of football, so to speak, the triple header in charge of football. Russ Ball, Brian Gutekunst, and Matt LaFleur. That would have been Mark Murphy's call, 1,000%. Big Daddy Cool Breeze, what's going on, buddy? Smash that like button for Aunt Gert. That's what I'm talking about. And Aunt Gert, shout out here. We are ready. We are in pre-camp mode, ready for some Aunt Gert. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Love it. Are you going to London? Matthias, I am going to London, 1,000%. Luke, how are you, buddy? Hope things are well over there on the left coast. Thanks for the super chat. Cheesehead TV Appreciation Super Chat. Thanks for carrying the G every year, all year long. Greatly appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the support. We got Patanier one. Thank you for the super chat. Aaron, if Green Bay was concerned about 69's knee this year, why cut Turner or not take someone to replace him for now higher in the draft? Do you see how kind of funny it is for you to say they have to draft someone earlier in the draft when David himself was a day 3 pick? I'm not saying I get what you're talking about, but come on, man, let's take a breath here. Who knows what they've got? We don't know. We have no clue as far as the rookies or even the second-year players. Just relax a little bit on that. But as far as if why cut Turner, I mean, Turner was old and getting expensive. I completely understand that, especially if the reports from ESPN have validity in the sense of what Diana said on television yesterday, that he suffered a setback in rehab. He probably was in a good place earlier this offseason, and they thought, okay, we're moving on. So, but as far as the drafting thing goes, I mean, once you step on the football field, where you were drafted is pretty immaterial. Not entirely, but pretty much so. Let's find out what these kids can do first before we start, lamenting the fact that they didn't take someone higher in the draft. Timbo Slice, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Relax, season is 7 weeks away. Don't need Sam now. I like it. Too old for this. Thanks for the super chat. Injuries may suck, but we still have Dylan Jones and Matt's eyebrows. I mean, what more do you need? Right there. I mean, that's a Super Bowl caliber contingent, if you're asking me, which I assume you are. Brett, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it, bud. Who's ready for another great regular season followed by a playoff meltdown? This guy. Why are you gonna? It's pre-camp, people. Come on now. Let's get a little optimism in here. I don't know. Fly casual. Longtime viewers know what I'm talking about. But come on. Let's go, people. I mean, you guys have been listening to me all offseason. I'm with Brett on this one. Hey, hope springs eternal. Let's go. But yeah, I'm right there. Watkins already hurt. LOL. Sign a freaking wide receiver. Can't believe that's who we signed as a street free agent at the position this year and thought he would stay healthy. Justin, have you seen his contract? They can literally cut him at any time and have not spent basically any money. Just relax. Slow down. Romeo Dobbs season. Let's go. Come on now. Let's do this. Hashtag trade for Julio. That's great. That's really good. We survived without Bakhtiari and Jenkins during the regular season last year. The schedule is easier this year, and we have a better defense, so I'm not too worried yet. Matt, I like the yet at the end there. Sure, but you always want your talent on the field, and David is one of the best players in the NFL when he is on the football field, so of course you want him out there. And surviving without Jenkins and Bakhtiari is a whole lot different than thriving. And we all know the end game is to win a championship. And if anything has been proven out these last 2 playoff runs, it's that they need better play at tackle. And getting those guys on the field will be paramount towards the end of the season. But to that point, it's a long season, and a lot's going to happen here over the course of the next 3, 4, 5 months. So any headlines being made today, whatever you're feeling, as 69 would say himself, just slow your roll. All right? Just or as 12 would say, RELAX. Let's just relax. All right? Take a breath. It's a long season. It's a grind, and you've got to deal with a lot of stuff. Anything happening today, procedurally, anything happening over the course of the next couple weeks as far as training camp goes, etc. It's all part of the beginning of a very long process. Don't overreact. Don't get too caught up. I get it. I definitely understand like the instant feeling of dread or here we go again or whatever. Just take a breath, pull back, look at things from a 30,000-foot view, not like right up close to it, and you'll feel a lot better. Oh, zero. It's so funny how like Facebook comments are always the most negative, and YouTube is like somewhat kind of split between positivity and understanding and like looking at stuff kind of through a different lens. And like Facebook is always just like, we fucking suck, even though they keep winning 13 games every year. It's just hilarious to me. Yeah, I just think we can survive until Bakhtiari and Jenkins are fully healthy, whether that's week 1 or later in the season. I mean, you would hope so. The one area of concern for me is the tackle spot in the sense of if both we know Jenkins won't be ready, but if Bakhtiari is not able to go early in the year, you got those first 3 games, one at Minnesota and the one down in Tampa. Those are some rough road stretches to go through with Cole Van Lannon at tackle. Maybe Zach Tom jumps up. Maybe Sean Ryan is able to get out there and work. But man, I don't know. I suspect they'll be looking at adding a veteran tackle at some point if those guys don't jump out early during camp. Big Cheese, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Giving the word on wide receivers on the PUP list or injured, do you see Goot doing anything like bringing on another wide receiver? Well, he just did. Packers announced earlier today they signed a USFL star. You're welcome. Take that, Tom Brady. I don't think he'll do anything rash. I don't think he's going to go out and sign someone just to sign someone. I know the drumbeat will be about Odell Beckham Jr., which I've said all offseason. I'd be very, very surprised if that were to happen. I suspect he wants to go back to LA. I think it's all about how he comes back from that ACL injury he suffered in the Super Bowl. And then I think he'll negotiate probably with LA with like keeping Green Bay in the mix so as to drive the price up a little bit, and then he'll sign with LA. That's my guess. I just can't see him living in Green Bay. I don't think he wants that life. Been wrong before, but that's my guess. We shall see. Brandy, ask yourself, what would Johnny Holland do? This is a great mantra to live by, Brandy. I like it. Hello from Kansas City. What's up? How are you? Manuel, thank you for checking it out. Thanks for checking out the stream. Salut. So, what do you got? Soder's here. What's up, Soder? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking out the Football Outsiders stream earlier this afternoon. That was a lot of fun. I love Aaron Schatz and I go way back. We've been hanging out at the Combine for over a decade. He's good peeps, and I really like what they do over at Football Outsiders. If you guys didn't see my chat with Aaron and company, make sure you check it out. It's on cheeseheadtv.com. I link to it, and it's up on the YouTube page on the community center. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. Lambeau Field looks beautiful. There's your positive comment from Facebook. Thank you, Daniel. That's greatly appreciated. Thanks, buddy. That better be Spotted Cow. It is 1,000% Spotted Cow in a Packers Pro Shop glass, which you can't really see the Pro Shop sign anymore because Corey's got all sorts of vegetation and growth here. But there's the Packers Pro Shop. Here's their glass with Spotted Cow in it. Salute. I watched the QB school breakdown of the 49ers game. We need our offensive line. Yeah, you ain't lying. That was a great breakdown. If you haven't watched that YouTube video, I highly recommend you do so. I will say, I mean, some of it is the offensive line. Some of it is Aaron needing to get the ball out of his hand. But it's not like Aaron didn't do that throughout the season. You go and you watch the Rams game. There are literally plays where he has less than 3 seconds to throw it on third downs when they're pinning their ears back. And he gets the ball out. And a lot of times he's converting. So it's not like he can't do it. I just think, the 49ers did a really good job of taking away instant reads and hot reads and confusing him a little bit on some of their post-snap rotations. They got him on a bad day. No question about it. But yes, no doubt. I mean, not just in the playoffs or anything late in the season, just in general. They need a little cohesion along the offensive line to improve in all the areas there they struggled last year on offense, whether that's early down, staying ahead of the sticks, being efficient on offense, keeping yourself in third and shorts, or in the red zone. I mean, if they can run the ball a little bit better in the red zone, I think that solves a lot of their ails from last year. So, yeah, I mean, I think obviously you want your offensive line a hell of a lot healthier than what they showed last year. Quinn, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Glad to see Coach, Goot, Ball all get extensions. I'm with you, man. I think they've done a phenomenal job. As I said in my post, there's only 2 questions now. Can they bring a title back to Titletown with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback? And can they keep their jobs after he retires? Because it's not going to be easy. That transition is going to be hard whenever it happens. So, but I think they've proven that they know what the hell they're doing, and they've assembled some really good teams and put up a ton of wins. Just haven't been able to close that deal. Hopefully they do that this year or the next. Let's see what else we got. Jermichael Finley jersey on that glass, not Rodgers approved. Well, is that we got a Finley jersey on this glass? Well, I don't see a Finley jersey. Where's their Finley jersey? 75, 58, 47, 63, 20, 14, 88. Oh, the 88. Well, the 88. Come on. That could be anybody. Come on now. Tell Corey to give us a wave and say hello. I think Corey's gone. Corey left for dinner. So I'm here chilling on my own. Are you allowed to take a kid's bike and ride it to practice? I don't know, Joey. I've never tried. That's a really good question. I'll do it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm going to wear a GoPro, and I'm going to stream it live. And I just thought of all that. I should have thought of all of that like months ago. If this whole all-in experience doesn't pay out with a Super Bowl in the next couple of years, is it a bust? I think by definition, isn't it? I mean, that's the reason they've continually brought this nucleus back and tried to keep the core together, so to speak, and done it all around Rodgers while giving him, a monster contract here for the last couple of years of his NFL career. So, yeah, and I think I said it when they signed the deal. It's like they've definitely planted their flag that we are going to do this with Rodgers. And if they don't, I mean, I think there's certainly a faction of the fandom that will be like, well, they had to. They had to do it with Aaron. And you guys know at the end of last year, and I didn't really change my tune much of the offseason. I thought it was time to turn the page. Thought it was time to move on. Packers felt otherwise. So here we are. Well, we'll see. Well, I'm all in on Aaron Rodgers winning another MVP and leading them to a Super Bowl championship. Would love that, obviously. Joe, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. How many unpadded practices before the pads go on? I believe it's 5 or 4. They'll be in pads next week. I know that. But it's a ways. It's a ways away. It's really, man, I hate the modern NFL that way. I mean, the sense that, they basically extend the offseason into the first week of training camp. They do a little bit of hitting, and then they have the joint practices, and then away they go. But look, you don't have to go much further back than when they were coming out of in the pandemic, and they had the little ramp up period, and then they had basically like 2 weeks, and then they played a season with no preseason games, and it was pretty damn good football. Obviously there's stuff you'd like better, etc. But they played an entire season with that kind of preparation. And I think since then, got to be looking at that like, okay, well, especially the PA, the players union, is going to look at it and say, all right, can we stop pretending like these guys need like a month of 2-a-days or even like 20 practices to get into football shape and get ready for the season? These guys obviously take way better care of their bodies as professionals than guys did even 10 years ago. So there's just so much information out there about rest and recovery, nutrition, things of that nature. They're just operating on another level. So as much as I hate the fact that we used to get like 20 open practices and now we get 12, it makes sense in the modern NFL. JD, thanks for the super chat, bud. Thanks. Really appreciate it. Hey, Nags, please tell me A-Rob was joking with the Nick Cage impression. Nick Cage. Joking, right? Joking? It's just a lot of fun, man. You've heard of fun. You've seen other people have it. It's okay, dude. It's all right. He's having a good time. Nothing wrong with that. Timbo, thanks again. Will Cheesehead TV be in Canton next week? We will not. Talked about it, but it's going to be too hard to kind of logistically get out there, do what we want to do, and then get back here and continue on with camp coverage. It's just better for us if I'm here the entire time. So, no, there will be no Cheesehead TV representation in Canton, but of course we will be watching and probably crying at Leroy Butler's speech. Can't wait. Let's see what else we got. What else we got, people? Got that one. Zol, thank you for the super chat. Super Bowl or bust after Rodgers rolled up in that outfit. I'm all for it. There you go. Now that's the attitude. That's what we're talking about. See someone who knows what's up. There we go. Are you going to do the next podcast in a white tank top? No, I will not. There's no way on God's green earth. John, thank you for the super chat. More deserving Hall of Famer, Leroy or Jerry? Oh man, why play that game? They're both deserving, both highly deserving. They're both all-time greats. No, neither one of them is more deserving than the other. Both titans in the game of football. That is my answer to that question. Walter, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the super chat. Position group you're most excited about? For me, it's corners. I am extremely excited about the corners, especially given the talent on offer of the front three. I was excited to see Keyshawn Nixon in the mix at dime, but now he's on the non-football injury list. We'll see what that entails. But yeah, I think corner is exciting. For me, it's the big boys. Is the fact that they finally got Kenny Clark some help. Let's go. Let's dominate up front. Let's get him in the second and long so Rashawn can pin his ears back and make quarterbacks' lives miserable. That's what I'm talking about. So for me, yeah, it's a defensive line. Whether it's Devontae Wyatt, whether it's John Reed, of course, Kenny. Like, give me those big boys and let them eat. Let's go. That's probably what I'm most excited about. Automatic K, what's up, man? Looks like a beautiful day in Green Bay. It is a gorgeous day in Green Bay. Let me tell you, after the misery that was New York City last week, waking up today, and it was actually like somewhat chilly in the air with a little breeze when I went outside. Oh, gorgeous. Nags, I keep drawing comparisons between John Anderson and Quay Walker. Bring me back down to earth, please. Yeah, I don't see it, Brandy. So there you go. You're back down to earth. How many sacks do you think Rashawn will get this year? 52? Easy now. Easy. Sign me up for 12. How's that? All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow prior to practice, probably 8 a.m. Central. So be on the lookout for that. Then we'll hear from Brian. We'll hear from Matt. We'll head out to practice. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll have another chat in the afternoon, post-practice and post, I guess, locker room availability. It's all happening, people. Can't wait to hear from you all. Thank you so much for following along and making Cheesehead TV part of your Packers routine. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack, go.